We're going to talk about ascension, a little bit about ascension symptoms, and just some wisdom that was coming through that wanted to be shared. Never miss an opportunity when Spirit wants to speak. Hello. Hi. Welcome. Okay. Let's dive in. First of all, I just want you to know that I am here offering so much love to your light, that you are the way showers, the truth tellers, the light warriors. You are here doing this. And I want to say that it's not easy. It's been really intense. And whether you're having that intensity and the like, I'm feeling euphoric and everything is amazing, or the intensity of like, I'm tired. This is a lot of work. This is really intense. Like, whatever you're feeling, know that it is perfect. And again, attached to nothing, allow for everything, because no matter what you're feeling, it's going to change, because we're in the birth canal right now. And so I wanted to speak about these massive shifts that are upon us. It is intense. You are not alone. And there's so many different forms and ways that people are experiencing ascension symptoms and having these experiences in their physical, their mental, their emotional bodies. So I just want to give voice to it. You are not alone. And let's talk a little bit about some of these, some of what's happening. So these last few days have been really intense in my own body, and it's really just about being present, right? And if things aren't working smoothly, then surrender, right? Surrender. If you just can't seem to get something to work, went outside and took a nice long walk, got in the sun, got in nature, shifted, right? So be where you are, where you're pushing, where you feel like you should, and your pushing is usually a sign that you're out of alignment. So some of these ascension symptoms that are coming through right now: headaches. I've been dealing with these headaches too, massive headaches for a long time. Neck joint pain, right? Physical discomfort, physical pain in some ways. There's a lot of shadow play here. If you really think about what we're doing, right, especially as we're preparing for this 1221 massive galactic light surge, like, this is not, I want to say this is not child's play, but in a lot of ways, our children, as our star seeds, are playing through this. So this is a very intense birthing space that we're in here on planet Earth right now. And we're all definitely feeling it to some degree. So I want you to know you're not alone. So headaches, neck, joint pains, lots of shadows, right? So what we're doing is we're unearthing the shadows. Lots of those are cellular, lots of those are ancestral behind us. We are processing at such an extreme level that most of us do not even understand the intensity of what it is that's going on. We don't have the capacity, in full transparency, to understand the massive shift that we are under, and know that just that there's so much energy pouring down through this planet, and there's so much moving through our physical bodies and our emotional bodies. That's why all those practices that we've been talking about for months are so important. So lots of shadows. You might feel lots of sadness. I'm hearing about lots of tears, lots of weeping, like deep weeping, whatever it is, and ecstatic joy, joy that moves us into an entirely new frequency, right? Where you're almost laughing so hard that you're crying, right? And so a lot of fear up. People are definitely generating through the fear circuits. There's vision, eyes. Our eyes are doing things. They're adjusting differently. We're seeing things with our real eyes, shadows and light forms. And then sometimes it's hard to see clearly. The ringing in the ears is very intense. That is continuing on. Confusion, mental confusion, dizziness, feeling distorted, almost feeling like you're walking sideways in some ways, because everything's tilting. It's like the whole galactic frequency is tilting on its axis. It's really, truly so much going on. Time. Oh my goodness, time. We are moving through time portals. It is so transformative. There's blips of time. It feels as if it is being lost. You know, you turn around and you're like, how is it 4 o'clock? What happened to the last few hours? And it's hard to keep track of where and how time is being spent, used, shared. It's very evasive time right now because we're shifting time frequencies. You might find yourself being extremely thirsty, extremely hungry, or appetite free, like no appetite whatsoever. Everyone's having a different experience with that. There is a lot of sleep disruption. I know I'm doing a lot of galactic work in my sleep. I'm waking myself up, having conversations and understanding things that my mind cannot understand. And so sleep is being very disrupted. Also finding yourself sleeping for 10, 12 hours, which is not normal for you. So everything basically, as I've said so many times, you know, you pull one edge of the spider web, everything has to contort to move with it. We're in a contortion phase right now. It's the best way I can describe it. Technology has been really, really, really interesting these last few days. Things just aren't seeming to work or connect or optimize in the way that we're used to and familiarized with them working. And so make sure you're drinking your water, make sure you're getting your self-care, get to earthing, meditating, writing, letting go, like let go of the I shoulds, let go of the pressures that you're putting on yourself. And here we are, you know, colliding into holidays, and they're not normal by any means. And there's all this pressure of trying to make things be the way they once were. And nothing is as it ever has been or as it ever will be again. So there's the sweet surrender in so many ways in this. So I want you to know that you are not alone. And the vision that came is when I was praying in before this, it was like I was seeing this massive energy. Like if you could take all of this energy behind you and you were trying to squeeze it through, right? Which is very symbolic of birth. And then what they showed me was this just massive energy, massive ball of light. And I was like, oh, that's the earth. So we're literally birthing a new earth, and it's like the image was like being backed in a corner, right? So you're in this corner and there's all this energy coming behind it, and there's this corner, and then what they showed me was the crack of light, right? So what they said was, don't take your sight off of the light. And even if you perceive it to be a crack in front of you and you feel all this momentum and this force behind you, this is birth. You are birthing a new earth through a crack in a matrix, through a crack, through a sliver of light. But the more you focus, do not take your sight off the light. The more you focus to that light, the more it will expand. And exponentially, collectively, really moving to this culmination of the 1221, exponentially, that crack of light is going to expand until, and what will happen is they're saying now is that expansion comes, and then there's a force. Actually, there's a certain point where the expansion of light, this is coming, expansion of light will move in such a frequency and opening that it actually begins to pull the energy forth. So the sense is that we're pushing, right? We're pushing, we're bearing down, we're pushing to birth the new earth. And there is a tipping point where the light expands, and there's a natural force and momentum that literally is as if the hands of the midwife have come and are extracting or supporting the movement through the other side, right? So there's so much force and so much source available in and of and around you. Keep your sight on the light, and we are birthing a new earth through this crack in this matrix. And we are doing it, and we have support, and you were born for this, and you have everything within you to make this happen. There are massive forces of doulas and midwifery energies from galactic beings and from so many different spaces and places. We are by no means doing this birth alone. So the 1221 becomes a culmination of that massive crescendo of the next massive opening where we are being pulled through the vortex, if you will, through the crack in the matrix, through with the support of pure light frequency. So join me on the 1221, and it is a full-bodied light channel of the Light Council. They will be here in their fullest expression to support us through the matrix of our birth, through the birth canal. We are not doing this alone. Whether you join me in this collective or you spend the space and the time wherever you feel called, just listen to the calling and by all means show up in your greatest intentionality, in your greatest light frequency, and let's birth this earth together. We rise together. We are not alone, and we are coming to a massive crescendo of initiation, of activation, and of ascension, they are saying. So our Light Council is sending their love. I am sending my love to you. So much love to your light. Remember that love is your sword and light your shield as you are moving through this matrix of exposing this new earth to its pure potentiality of light. And we are here to ride this together. I love you so much. Thank you for your service here. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your light. And thank you for your love. Sweet dreams.